And the visitors making an immediate impression with their entrance earlier on. A very stylish group indeed. And the game arrival, sponsored by Express. Dress like a pro. The beautiful, dramatic setting here in Salt Lake City, Utah becomes apparent when you get a look at the aerial shot of the surroundings. Welcome, fans. Thanks for joining us for this Friday night edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. Kevin Harlan here, joined by our analyst, Greg Anthony, and Hall of Famer Doris Burke. Plus, reporting from the sidelines, another Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. And now a chance to take a look at some numbers for Conley.
And, guys, his effective field goal percentage is trending in the wrong direction over the past 5 games. Shot discipline hasn't been the best. He'll be looking to play a smarter game tonight.
And we've got time for a quick pregame report. With that being said, let's head to the sideline and our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. D.A.?
Well, the writing was on the wall for the end of the grit and grind era in Memphis. So Mike Conley, the Grizzlies' all-time leader in points, assists, three-pointers, and games played, knew it was time for him to part ways with the organization. And joining Utah, Conley is on a team with a chance to once again compete deep into the playoffs. And Kevin,
You're right, D.A. A big lift for their offense. And he defends, too. Boris, what are you going to be watching about these two teams who seem to be strong up front?
Yeah, I think certainly both have guys with size who also bring incredible skill to the game. And it's really hard to win this league without at least one elite player at one of the front court positions.
Now the starting group for the visitors. We've got B-Train. He's out there with Shorty. D out there with Big Smooth. And for Utah, Conley runs the point with Mitchell flanking him. Bielitsa is out there with Bogdanovich. And it's Gobert in its center. Now here's Conley. That's tipped, and the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Conley. D passes to Shorty. Mike Conley with the rebound. Down low. There's the steal. 5-on-3 break. Here's D. Lays it up and banks it in.
Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
The very definition of quality transition offense. If it can end at the cup, it's exactly where you want it.
Now, here's Mitchell. 11 points for him in that last game against Denver. Conley dishes to Gobert. 5 on the clock. Here's Mitchell. That one off the back iron and out.
And it didn't fall, but that's the kind of shot they want their offense to create.
You know, it can be frustrating when you make the right play and fail to reap the rewards. You just have to stay with it here.
About a minute and a half through the first quarter. Gobert finds Mitchell. Conley scanning the floor. A three-pointer off the mark. Gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. And out of bounds as Utah gains possession. Stolen. Here's the break. The finish. The fast break ends at the rim with a jam.
Way ahead of the field. He can do pretty much whatever he wants.
Big time play right there, showing the activity and ability to impact this game.
Now here's Conley. He had an 18-point outing in the last game against Denver.
And don't forget the sensational plays he made out there. He saw the court so well, firing perfect passes to teammates for wide open shots.
Gobert the pass to Bogdanovich. 2 on the clock. And good. Got the friendly bounce off the right side of the rim.
Bogdanovich, such a nice offensive arsenal. He is capable of scoring from anywhere.
And in a league obsessed with shooting, easy to see why Bojan Bogdanovich has solidified himself as a key player.
I mean, over 40% from long range in recent years, competes defensively. He's a player.
Now here's Conley. His scoring totals are something to take note of. He's averaging over 19 points a game. And it's Shorty with the foul. That's his first foul for the Jazz. Joe Ingles, who's checked in for Bielitsa. And it's Moutier in for Mike Conley. We're about 3 minutes into this first quarter. Gobert down low. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Denver.
The other thing I thought was big, guys, was the incredible night he had on the glass. No one wanted any part of him down there.
Fires for three. Utah with the rebound.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Ingles dishes to Gobert. 2 points. That one goes. Gobert's got his second basket of the game.
I'll tell you, Joe Ingles is proving that as a passer, he is a special player.
Pass to Beecham. Lets it go with a three. That shot no good. And it's Utah the other way.
Well, if they want to avoid the outcome of that first meeting, they'll need to be stronger on the glass. They were completely outmatched in the last one.
Well, you have to believe the coaching staff made that a point of emphasis. Better aggressiveness, better intensity on the backboards.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
It takes incredible effort to stay connected to the hip of the offensive player. You've got to want to work.
There's the pass to D. Fires from deep. Good on the triple. D's got 5.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
1:35 left to play in the first. Here's Gobert. He's making his presence felt offensively with his scoring average up there at almost 13 points a game. Clock is at 3. That's good for Mitchell on the assist for Moutier. He's got 5.
Donovan Mitchell will answer with his own 3. This guy has got a ton of pride and competitiveness. Well, the Jazz's Quinn Snyder has become one of the most respected head coaches in the league. And think, guys, a player poll even had him ranked 7th among coaches they'd like to play for. And consider he's in Utah. That is not exactly a free agent destination.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish. A different look for Utah. Green, he's checked in for Rudy Gobert. Royce O'Neal comes in for Bogdanovich. And it's Exum in for Mitchell. Shots good by Green.
And a smooth jump shot from the veteran Green there. These are looks he nails consistently.
Pass the ball for 3. Drains it from beyond the arc.
Well, the versatility he possesses makes him a very tough cover, guys.
Jazz trail by 3. Moutier kicks to O'Neal. Back to Moutier. Green deciding where to go with it. And that one, good. Green's got his second basket of the night. We've got 28 seconds left in the first. Here's Baller. The rebound by Jeff Green. Picked him clean. Aguiar passes to Chan. The three-pointer is right on target.
Yeah, the D with very little pressure on their perimeter shooters. 3 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed have been from beyond.
And here's Exum. Over Aguilar. Again, the Jazz score.
So far, both teams scorching the Nets. You gotta love it.
Well, you love it when you can get off to a fast start offensively. You hate it, though, when your opponent does the same.
A nice first quarter of play. We've seen plenty of offense so far. The away team up 2. Live from Vivint Smart Home Arena. You're watching 2K Sports.
The ups and downs of injuries and early on in my
Great work ethic is the key. Conley stayed at it.
And a player that's known for keeping his composure, that helps also. He weathered those early challenges and just stayed positive.
And getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And looking at what we've seen so far, guys, from the visiting team, what do you think?
Yeah, in that first period, they looked to push in transition at every opportunity.
And why wouldn't they, Greg? You see their effectiveness in the open floor. Very difficult to slow down.
O'Neal is out there with Joe Ingles. Then it's Exum. And it's Green, and it's Moutier in at the shooting guard. That's the group for Utah getting going here in the second.
Guys, when you think about the Jazz, you are talking about an elite defensive unit. Rudy Gobert in the middle, the defensive player of the year, and the guys around him are committed to the scheme and outstanding individual defenders.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic stuff.
Let's see if that serves as a momentum builder. What a great sequence for this group.
Looking to end the run. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot. And the Jazz very disciplined at the defensive end.
Now, Kevin, you have a veteran squad with the anchor Rudy Gobert, one of the elite shot blockers in the entire league. And this is a group that's so important here. They defend without fouling.
And now approaching 2 minutes of action here in the second quarter. A strong finish under heavy pressure all over. Moutier's got 5 points in the quarter.
Boy, Moutier, tough shot through contact. That is nice.
Releases from 15. Here's Thompson to the left wing. Chan. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson. Thompson's got his 3rd assist on the night.
That's number 2 for him from long range in the quarter, his 3rd overall.
Here's Exum. Count it.
Well, if you've got speed, use it. Dante Exum carves up the defense on the way to the cup.
So the Jazz, their last game, a loss to the Nuggets. Thompson passes to Chan. Baller, defended by Moutier. Here's Baller. It's good for his second make. He's made 2 of 3 so far.
Well, defensively, to me, you've got to do a better job communicating once the screen comes.
And a first time out of the game called for Utah. A lot of players have taken their game to another level. A lot of improvement they've done individually. Any surprises that have caught your eye, Doris, over the years?
Yeah, I would say probably maybe the greatest single individual leap I've ever seen is by the reigning most improved player, and that's Pascal Siakam. Couldn't get in the rotation consistently in the postseason, and then became such an integral part of an NBA championship team. Kemba Walker, who is an all-star caliber player, all NBA level guy, continues to stay in the lab and keep improving. So a ton of guys, Domantas Sabonis, another young big who's been incredible. Just great to see guys progress. Well, that possession to me highlights the importance of creating for your teammates.
And for those of you just joining us, we're in the second quarter with about 3 minutes gone by. Pulled the shot a little left, but the bounce goes his way.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
And Bielitsa kicks to Mitchell. Back to Bielitsa. Got a piece of it. And they're moving it up. Here's Big Daddy. Cranes the jumper to finish the break.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flame.
One thing I enjoy is watching players who don't pay attention to the score. You lock in on the moment and play the right way.
All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, coming into the 2017 draft, Donovan Mitchell wasn't sure he was ready for the NBA. Mitchell said, I worked out in the summer with Paul George and Chris Paul. And they were the ones who convinced me to keep my name in the draft. They said, look, you're good enough. Just go out there and show it. And Kevin, through a couple of seasons in Utah, that's exactly what Mitchell has done.
He has made an instant impact on the NBA and the Jazz. DA, thank you. And Utah making a change here. Bogdanovich is checked in. Out to Thompson from deep. Rebound by Bielitsa.
And when you are as good a shooter as he is, you have the confidence. You have to have the confidence to take that shot. It might not always fall.
And for most guys, I think you only want to take that shot if you've hit a few in a row. That is absolutely a heat check.
Thompson against Conley. And here we go. Thompson heading to the hoop. Throws up. And Thompson throws it down.
Love seeing a point guard who can explode to the rim like that.
Oh, great attitude and even a better finish.
Boy, it's incredible how much explosive scoring ability can come from the lead guard position. That is a big-time play.
Outside Conley. 1:03 left here in the second. Mitchell dishes to Gobert. Clock at 4. To stop the drought. And he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down.
Bogdanovich battling through the defense, Kev. Amazing touch on the difficult basket.
And the officials signal the backcourt violation. Not very careful there. On Sunday, they'll go up against C.J. McCollum and the Miami Heat. And then on Tuesday, they'll be facing Drew Holiday and the New Orleans Pelicans.
You know, some might look ahead at the schedule and start marking off how many wins they'll wind up with, but I think that's a trap. You can't take any nights off in the NBA, and you've got to stay in the moment.
Bogdanovich finds Bielitsa. The shot's good. Bielitsa's got his first points of the night.
And they've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
Clearly a foul.
The first one falls. Royce O'Neal's checked in for Utah. Exum comes in for Donovan Mitchell. That's also good, so he hits both free throws.
You can tell when he steps to the line the kind of confidence he has in himself. It's written all over his body language.
Knocked away. And it's out of bounds to the Jazz as Utah retains possession. Conley against Thompson. Outside Conley. Clock at 6. From deep three-point range.
Got his hand out enough on that one to bother the three-point attempt. Great hustle on that one.
You know, we talk about this time and time again, trying to stay connected to shooters along the perimeter. Nicely done.
And so that's the end of the first half. The away team, they lead by 13. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks, Kevin. Joined here with Quinn Snyder. Coach, your team.
Thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following halftime.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, folks. Ernie Johnson here with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. It's the NBA on 2K Sports, and let's talk the first half. Checking out the visiting team. Shaq, let's get your insight on the visiting team.
Some great work from them with the 3-ball. They came in with the idea that they can attack this D from long range. They were rotating the ball on the perimeter and letting it fly.
And that'll do it for our halftime report. Stay tuned for the second half. About to get underway.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it has been a runaway. The visitors with the ball. While we've got a moment, let's set the floor. Brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up for the second half. B-Train out there with Shorty. Then it's D. Then it's Big Smooth. As you can't help but notice the teams are shooting earlier in the shot clock. One theory being the faster you shoot, the more possessions you get. Well, and the numbers would speak to that.
No doubt, Kevin. And the reality is, for announcers and for fans, that breakneck pace makes it more exciting for us. One NBA coach told me this past year that your field goal percentage in the first 10 seconds of the shot clock gives you your best opportunity to make it. And the longer that shot clock goes on, the more your field goal percentage dips. So, hey, good for us, good for the fans, good for the teams.
And that's because the defense has a chance to settle, correct?
Exactly right.
And here's Bogdanovich for three. Gone 5 of 8 from three-point land. 15 points and a deep ball for them tonight. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. It's going to go on Bogdanovich. First one falls for him. Both shots good from the stripe. Here's Mitchell. He has 7. Pass to Gobert. Outside Bogdanovich. Out to the wing. 5 to shoot. Here's Mitchell. That's tipped. Here's B-Train. Covered by Mitchell.
Yeah, they're rolling right now. That lead continues to grow.
And one of the things that's helped that is they're getting it done on both ends. Terrific focus on offense, and they're locked in defensively.
Passes it to Bogdanovich. Now, here's Bielitsa. Tight defense on him. And Bogdanovich gets to Conley. The Jazz with another miss.
Well, I guarantee you this is not what they talked about in the locker room. 0 for 3 and looking lost. Well, we didn't see the same kind of control we're used to seeing from him. This guy is usually a tremendous finisher.
The pass to Bogdanovich. Nice ball movement by Utah. And it's blocked. And it's out of bounds. Utah able to retain possession here. For the Jazz, Jeff Green is checked in for Gobert. Joe Ingles comes in for Bogdanovich. And Emmanuel Mudiay subbed in for Donovan Mitchell. And the Jazz call time here.
And no doubt, Coach wants them to shore up their interior defense.
I think right now they're giving up way too many easy looks. That is a recipe for disaster.
Two minutes into the second half of play now. Clock at 2. Ingles can't get it to go.
Ouch. 5 shots without a make. That's a really ragged start coming out of halftime.
Well, Doris, you look at Joe Ingles. He's quietly become one of the better small forwards in the NBA.
And he is the prototypical don't judge a book by its cover, because they call him slow-mo Joe or average Joe. But dig a little bit deeper. This guy is a quality playmaker and a knockdown shooter.
Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half.
Go over it.
Lob pass to Conley. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Mudiay. Let's go to the 2K leaderboard to see which players have had the most success from the stripe this month. You take a look at Thompson, the best in the NBA. You put him on the line and it's nearly automatic. And of course, Big Daddy, same can be said about him. Also absolutely fantastic from the free throw line.
They have both been unconscious from the free throw line. I mean, you could put a blindfold on them and it wouldn't matter.
Here's the beast. He can't get it to go. So Utah will take it the other way. Ingles passes to Mudiay. Right around 3 minutes into the second half. And that one's good. Green.
And you can see the improving court awareness of Emmanuel Mudiay, having an understanding for when to find his guys.
Here's B-Train, and he jams it with authority.
Oh, and how about squeezing the orange as tight as he could there before the stuff?
Yeah, no way he's going to lose that thing on the way up. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
By himself, throws down the breakaway jam.
Well, there you go. One team operating on all cylinders at both ends, steals, fast break buckets, and the other team in scramble mode.
Here's Green. The basket good off the assist from Moutier. Moutier's got 4 assists in the game.
Well, Emmanuel Moutier, pretty pass. Let's see some more of that young gun.
Pass to Slaughter.
You got it.
Here's the Beast. Jump shot is good that time. The Beast's got 8 points.
Well, this guy has been efficient and effective all night. That IQ has been on display.
Tipped away. And here's the break for the finish. And he dunks it down.
Oh, let's go home. That was just ridiculous.
I do not remember the last time I saw a dunk like that in a game. And it's Moutier with the ball. He brings it up for Utah. Takes it into the teeth of the D and converts the way up. He has 7.
Boy, when Emmanuel Moutier is making these kinds of tough shots, that can only help his confidence. That's nice.
Here's Baller, and he goes in for the dunk.
Well, overall, they're the team getting the better looks here in this second half.
And I think what's happening is they're getting their shots within the flow of their offense, and you can clearly see the difference.
And the Jazz call time here. A different look for Utah. O'Neal comes in for Bielitsa, and it's Exum in for Mike Conley. For Utah, they've gone a lackluster 3 of 9 from the field since halftime. Here's Moutier, and he uses the glass on the layup. Moutier's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Well, Emmanuel Moutier, that kind of shot will up your field goal percentage, gentlemen.
Here's Big Daddy. The rebound by the Jazz. There's 49 seconds left in the third quarter. Exum passes to Ingles, kicks it to Moutier. The dish to Exum. Back to Moutier. 6 on the shot clock. From deep.
You got it. Come on.
He's off on that one. Gone 7 of 11, a lucky field goal percentage here in the third. Green with the rebound.
Well, seized up just a little bit at the last second. That's when he normally converts.
6 for 6. He's yet to miss from the field.
And when Green is feeling it, keep getting him the ball. He can really score from anywhere from the floor.
That one goes. Count it. Now here's Moutier. Bangs home the trifecta. Moutier's got 12.
Well, this to me is the critical aspect that Emmanuel Moutier must develop. Can he knock down three-point shots? He does so there.
And so it's the visiting team closing out the quarter with a 20-point lead. They've had active hands and have forced a lot of turnovers in this one. And let's listen to head coach Terry Stotts review the game plan with his guys.
Hey, good job defensively. Good job up.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. Inside we have Ingles and Gobert. Mitchell and Bogdanovich, they're the wings, and it's Exum in at the points. That's the group right now for Utah. People look at that general manager position with the team. I think it grows with some organization, maybe shrinks in importance with others. But by and large, it is more stable than coaching, isn't it? That position of being a GM.
Yeah, and I think, Kevin, if you were to ask coaches, one of the things I've heard sort of thrown out there as an idea is when you list the head coach's record, why not list the GM's record as well? Because the reality is success in the NBA is contingent on so many things. What's your ownership like? What kind of front office personnel have they made great decisions? Do you have the best possible coaching comparative to the talent on your roster? So much contributes to winning, Kevin.
Jazz trail by 21. Dishes it to Mitchell. Over Thompson. And again, it's Utah.
Well, you give Donovan the mid-range jumper, he will make you pay.
The 15-footer. Gobert pulls it in.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
A nice shot by Bogdanovich.
You simply must play better defense than that. This guy is too good from distance.
Gone 5 of 9 when they put up the three-point shot tonight. Launches it. Cans it from downtown.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Well, that three-point shot just gives you so much room to operate on the offensive end.
Exum kicks to Mitchell. Shoots from 14, and there's another one for the Jazz.
And the shooting has really been there for him today, but he may have to take it upon himself to continue to carry this team and try and get out of this hole.
Here's Thompson. That one no good. A D by Bogdanovich. Jazz trail by 17. Exum with it. It's Bogdanovich on the wing. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
You will not see this guy miss many of those. He's one of the keys to their floor spacing.
And how about just floating to the rim on that slam?
Boy, when he gets up, I mean, he gets up. Utah calls timeout. You know, Doris, you and I love history. And we were talking the other day, you and I, about Bill Russell and his 11 championship rings. You think anyone's ever going to break that record?
I think it'll be close to impossible, Kevin, and the reason is, number one, there were so many fewer teams back then for Bill Russell, in no way diminishing the greatness of one of the game changers, both between the lines and outside the lines. Bill Russell will always be an historic figure, but it's very tough to compare eras. There's now 30 teams, nutrition, conditioning, coaching. There's just so much more information in the current era.
Shorty. Here's D. Releases from the wing and drills it.
How about the timing? Could be the difference between an assist and a turnover. Nice delivery.
Bielitsa passes to Mitchell. And here comes the break. And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a three-point play.
Well, that's not the guy you want guarding him at the rim. Just too much of a differential in terms of size.
And they're doing a better job of working themselves to the line here in the second half.
Bielitsa passes to Bogdanovich. Doris, isn't it interesting that we're seeing some teams with more three-point attempts than two-point attempts?
It's incredible, Kevin, that every year over the last decade you see more three-point attempts across all 30 NBA teams. And think about the Houston Rockets. In each of the last 2 years, the Rockets have actually taken more threes than twos. This is the evolution of the game. It is not going anywhere. There's two high-valued shots in the league. Restricted area twos, that means point-blank opportunities at the rim, and three-point shots. And everything else in between seems to be getting lost.
Here's D. Makes no mistake on the open jump shot. D's got 7 points for the quarter.
Coming off a big game, his confidence couldn't be higher, and coach knows it.
Well, the best players to me deliver night after night after night. So as long as he's hot, keep riding it.
On defense, the visitors. Earlier in the game, they held a 25-point lead. Goes up to the stripe, and there's another one for the Jazz.
Well, this is problematic because Donovan Mitchell can hurt you any number of ways. Driving, spotting up, you name it, he's got it.
1:51 left in the fourth quarter. Passes to D. Three-pointer. Hits the three-point bomb.
You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. Gotta fight over it as a defender.
And Greg, you know exactly what that takes. It takes energy, it takes activity, it takes intensity.
And it's Shorty with the foul. And that'll be his third foul so far. So Utah ends up going with the new group. 1:37 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Here's Williams-Goss. And yes, it's good. Doris, when you look at the success of international players, and the league has a litany of very good international players, Doncic being the latest success story, is the perception changing about these kids when they come from overseas and play in the NBA?
Well, one of the greatest, and then to me, the greatest international player of all time, Dirk Nowitzki, a Hall of Fame player, probably changed the perception to start with. Now, listen, over the years, Luka is going to have perhaps a Hall of Fame career if he stays healthy. The reality is this. The NBA is looking for the best players to man those 15 roster spots of the 30 NBA teams. It doesn't matter where you're from, what the color of your skin is. If you can play the game of basketball and play it at the highest level, the NBA wants you to be a part of their league.
Niang kicks to Green. 13 feet away. And again, it's Utah.
And you can appreciate the fight now, but it isn't how they came into the game.
No doubt. It felt like they were a little tight for much of the evening. Now they're in a better flow, but it may be too little too late.
And the first one drops. Slimy's checked in for D. Off on that one, so he goes 1 for 2 at the line. And Jeff Green, now a journeyman veteran in the NBA. But you know what, Doris? He'll give you good production.
It doesn't matter, Kevin, where you seem to play this guy. Jeff Green finds a way to contribute. Listen, I know his three-point shooting can be hot and cold, but this guy is aware of when to look for it and when to move the basketball. Two qualities you love.
Just 3 to shoot. Here's B. Buries the long-range jumper.
Well, they knew it would be a hostile environment, and they rose to the challenge.
And sometimes, Greg, when everyone's rooting against you, it seems to bring the unit closer together. It certainly did tonight.
And so it's a victory for the road team in this one. A resounding victory for them. And, Greg, in enemy territory, no less.
That's exactly right. But with the way they controlled the game and just completely took the crowd out of it, that's how to get it done on the road.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Doris Burke, David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and the rest of our terrific 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.